Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Today we're taping the show at the Early Stage Symposium here in Madison. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about comparing the economic development patterns of cities and regions. And Mark Schmitz, owner of ZebraDog, talks about his experience as a Wisconsin-based entrepreneur. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for early November. Rising venture capital funds. While they're in varying stages of development, there are some new kids on the block in Wisconsin when it comes to early stage funds. A $30 million fund backed by the state is seeking a fund manager. So is a $30 million fund being organized by the Wisconsin Alumni Research Foundation and the State of Wisconsin Investment Board. Venture Investors LLC has raised an $80 million fund. The Bright Star Fund is getting organized in Milwaukee, and now the Milwaukee County Executive has committed $10 million of his own money to a startup fund. And falling, the Kenosha casino debate. While an $800 million casino complex for Kenosha may get the go-ahead from Scott Walker, the debate surrounding the project has been nothing short of bitter. The Potawatomi tribe has linked the Menominee tribe to past corruption, raising questions about whether one of Walker's conditions about tribal unity can be satisfied. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
It's rarely a bad idea to compare and contrast when it comes to business development, whether it's city to city, state to state, or region to region. It can be a really bad idea, however, to get hung up on it. Unfortunately, the latter seems to be the case these days in Wisconsin, where a slow recovery from the Great Recession has sent business, government, and economic development leaders scrambling for answers wherever the grass looks greener. One example is Madison, which has been obsessed with measuring itself against Austin, Texas since the mid-1980s, but for reasons that don't always add up. Yes, Austin is a state capital. Yes, it is home to a major research university. And yes, it's got the same eclectic ambiance and cultural mojo that helps to define Madison. In fact, the Austin Independent Business Alliance adopted the motto, "Keep Austin Weird," to, well, help keep the place weird. But the checklist of comparisons shortens after that. Learning why Austin grew faster than Madison, even if it was twice as large to begin with, is instructive. It's also important, however, not to aspire to be copycats. Cities need to build their identities and economies based on indigenous strengths and needs versus what they envy about others. While it always makes sense to learn about best practices over the horizon, it makes sense to translate that knowledge to what is most likely to work locally. The best ideas for how to move those communities ahead are likely to come from within those cities, informed by best practices elsewhere, but not carbon copied.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Mark Schmitz, owner of ZebraDog.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Mark Schmitz of ZebraDog. We caught up with him at the recent Early Stage Symposium in Madison. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, it's nice to be here.
Tell us a bit about ZebraDog's work and how it got such an unusual name.
Well, I started my company 20 years ago now, just a little over 20 years. And the company's name was ZD Studios. I had a Z in my last name, and so did a former partner of mine. So we were very clever in calling ourselves Z Design, which was shortened to ZD, which ended up being named ZebraDog. So I literally, it doesn't really mean anything. However, it's a very evocative name that has gotten us some international attention, and it's been one of those things that you can't quite describe. We define a ZebraDog as being a hybrid of expertise and disciplines throughout our company.
You spoke at the Wisconsin Early Stage Symposium, which is happening around us. What was your message to the conference?
I think my message today was that we truly are a flyover world right now, that business can be conducted from Madison or from Wisconsin or the Midwest all over the world. My company right now has projects on 3 different continents. We're in 4 or 5 different countries, and didn't really try to make that happen. If you have a website, you're an international firm. We believe strongly in a strong brand and a great message, and the world wants intellectual property from the United States of America to this day.
You're an entrepreneur yourself. How has the climate for entrepreneurs in Wisconsin changed, for better or worse, since you started your company?
Well, that's a good question. I think the economic climate has certainly gone through ups and downs over the last 2 decades. We see the leverage of technology really truly being our advantage and everyone's advantage. We are able to have a global imprint, very, very global imprint from Madison, Wisconsin. It's something that didn't exist 2 decades ago and does today. To take advantage of that is something that is critically important for any success for any entrepreneur.
Thanks, Mark. And thank you for watching this episode of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by BMO Harris, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Put Executive Search. See you next time.